welcome back to the channel. Do it yourself precision shooting and reloading. So, stemming off from the last video of the seating depth test, I went out again today with 5 more different seating depths to find that harmonic node. I was going to set up the camera and record it, but you guys already know the basics of it and the concept of going down in whatever increment, 3,000s, 5,000s increment, shooting groups to see where the groups get bigger and smaller. You're looking for the consecutive groups, and you're loading to the first group that is small, because that's the node, so that way it'll stay in that node throughout the life of the barrel. So went out and did that. Several interesting things happened. So I found the node, and coincidentally it is lining up with the seating depth that I had with the rifle when I had the muzzle brake on, this tuner brake. So I did a seating depth test on the rifle when I had the tuner brake on before I started adjusting the tuner settings, because I was trying to get the smallest group possible with this tuner brake. That's what I was utilizing, getting the seating depth as small as I could with the groups, and then adjusting with this. So these are the results. So right here at the bottom, I have these last two, well, the bottom 3 groups are 2.185, 2.180, and 2.175. So I went in 5,000 increments on this second part, just to open it, get there quicker. Certain bullets have more sensitivity to seating depth than others. The Hornady's really don't. So 3-shot group at 2.185 wasn't too bad. It was okay by people standards. And then all of a sudden they started shooting good at 2.180, and then this is where it really came in. So it came in there, and then it really came in at 2.175. There's 3 shots. So that first one is off to the top right, and the last 2 are stacked. That first one that went top right was on me. I wasn't 100% set on the rifle when I released the shot. I knew it when I released the shot. That one's on me. If I did not release it at that point and I was 100% stable, ready for the shot, it would have stacked with those other 2. So coincidentally, that was 2.175. So when I did the muzzle brake testing with the seating depth, I started really seeing the node at 2.181. But I didn't continue further with this. That's the thing. So I think I was just getting into the node with the muzzle brake. So I called it good and then went to the tuner settings on the brake. That leads me to believe it doesn't matter if I have my suppressor on or the muzzle brake, it is same seating depth pretty much, the same area, minor adjustments. And of course that was rounds ago, I don't know how many rounds ago, probably at least 100 before I put this much wear on the barrel. To the next part. I'm having issues with the 6.5 stay ball now. For some reason it has been showing pressure signs. This is just a few of the pieces. There it is, a little shiny part, plunger mark. Plunger mark. In my preliminary testing, it wasn't showing pressure signs, so I guess with the 208 grain AMAX, it's not ideal for the 300 short mag. The 6.5 stay ball is really good. It's very stable. It's very consistent, but I think it's just a little bit too fast of a burn rate for this setup. So So I'm going to go back to Norma MRP, and here's why. And here's why I have the utmost confidence in it. So when I did 10 shots with the suppressor on with my Norma MRP load, with my seating depth at 2.181, I did 10 shots. Average muzzle velocity was 28.83. It's good muzzle velocity, and Norma MRP is way slower than 6.5 stay ball. My standard deviation was 14.2. So I'm right there, right around the note. I'm gonna tweak right around it. I'm probably gonna lower it and see if I can get the spreads lower. 28.83, great. Well, the 6.5, I could probably lower it, but the reason why I'm perfectly fine with that is these targets from the seating depth test with the muzzle brake and with the suppressor. So it goes to show it didn't matter, it's still the same. So, because I don't need another extractor braking on the rifle, with the 208 grain, I need a slower burning powder. So that's the update for now. And also too, I am going to be getting different scope rings. So there's nothing wrong with the ones I have. They're just not high enough for me to be behind the rifle and to have that 100% neutral spine in my neck when I'm behind the scope for sight picture and sight alignment. I'm having to do a minor adjustment. So I'm gonna have to go higher, and the caveat, there's no caveat actually, no. The rule of thumb was, oh, you have to get it as low as you can to the action to get the most adjustability out of the scope. These scopes nowadays allow you to zero it with the crosshairs. You can literally move the crosshairs without making the mechanical adjustments in the scope to set your zero, and you still have your full range of adjustments that comes with the scope, whether or not it's this high, that high, from the center of bore. So that used to be a thing, but that was with scopes that you couldn't reset your zero and do an adjustment where you would still have all your total adjustment values, however many mils or MOA. That used to be how it is, but scopes nowadays are not like that. You can zero it and still have your full adjustments. So that's it for now. It's shooting really good. I was very impressed. What else? Trying to think. Scope rings, seating depth. So yeah, next it'll be loading up Norma MRP around that 64.2 grains. Seeing my spreads, finalize zero. I'll probably do that once I get the new scope rings. It's gonna be kind of close because I'll have to do that at the beginning of the month. Opening day is on the 15th, so I'm gonna be cutting it pretty close. But that's why I'm confident with doing this powder. Going from 6.5 stay ball to MRP is because apples to apples, I mean, it's right there. It's in the data on the targets. So I have the utmost confidence, and then fine tuning the zero. So I have to re-zero, but it's good to actually go back through and double check everything too. So and it'll be set for elk, and we have one down. I'm gonna try and do some long range stuff beforehand. I normally do at least a week before opening day, before I tend to go out. I'll set out targets at distance. I'll definitely set out my gong and some other targets at 500 yards, and then I'm going to try and set up at 1,000 just to confirm my range card, velocity, BC, everything. Double check the groupings at that distance. Should be good. It's very simple, straightforward. There's nothing to it really, guys. I mean, it's very simple. The biggest thing is take your time on the 100-yard range, do a lot of 100-yard work, fine-tuning your fundamentals. Take your time and stop thinking about what's going on around you and focus on you, how your body's acting, and if you're fully relaxed. If you're not, take that second to do a self-check. Always do self-checks before you release a shot. If any little thing's off, pause, gather it, get back to it. But I'm I'm very impressed because compared from yesterday, or no, the day before yesterday, last video, the groupings were not good. All of them were over an inch. So this goes to show seating depth matters. I go from really bad, one was off the paper, yeah, decent. Okay, coming together, ooh, very good, coming together, and bam, minus my mistake, which I know it was me. It's very easy, guys. It's not hard. I'm gonna try and do some more stuff here soon. But yeah, next upgrade, final upgrade for the rifle is the scope rings. Gonna go, instead of 0.92 inches, I'm gonna go 1.42. I'm a taller guy, so I don't mind going with the extra high rings. Allow me to be more comfortable behind the rifle and really have that stable, relaxed position behind the rifle. That's the main thing. Suppressor works good. I'm very impressed and happy, to say the least. So that's it for now. It's an update. I was gonna film it, but it's been pretty busy. I still have to get ready for the work week coming up. I've been off of work now. I gotta go back to work. So practice this stuff. Practice fundamentals. Practice all that stuff. Getting natural point of aim. Take your time. Stop feeling rushed. Take your time behind the rifle. Take your time in all these fundamentals. Dry fire. Take your time in it and focus on you doing it. And if others are so worried about how quick you're going at it, it's not them behind the gun, it's you. You're the one dictating it, you're the one in control. Keep that control, the relaxed control. So, a little update and a little bit of advice tidbit at the same time. So, till next time, shoot straight, shoot safe, have fun, guys.